Brexit negotiators and Switzerland's row with the EU over freedom of movement has piled pressure on Brussels, and one figure in Bern blasted the weak bloc before claiming the nation would rather work with the UK as opposed to Brussels. Switzerland gave the EU a boost yesterday when the country voted to keep freedom of movement. With all referendum votes counted, nearly 62% said they wanted to keep free movement, while 38% were against. The right-wing Swiss People's Party (SVP) pushed for freedom of movement to come to an end, but the policy was opposed by the government in Bern. Switzerland is not a member of the EU but has a series of interdependent treaties with Brussels which allow it access to Europe's free trade area. The result means the EU will not have to face a Brexit-like revolt from another important neighbor. However, Switzerland and the EU are still enduring tensions over a stalled partnership treaty. Switzerland spent much of 2019 working on an agreement with the EU, but the country's economy minister criticized the bloc's stance. Guy Parmelin said he was pessimistic a deal could be reached as a result. He said, "We want a good solution that can win majority support, and that is not the case at the moment. I don't think we can wrap up this year. Our agenda and that of the EU allow a conclusion only next year at the earliest." He hit out at the bloc's dogmatic approach to the negotiations. Mr. Parmelin warned the EU that the stalemate could force Switzerland to look for new partners such as the UK. He continued, "I think the EU would weaken itself if it no longer cooperated with Switzerland on research. We are then forced to seek alternatives, perhaps along with Britain, if the EU remains dogmatic." Brussels blocked EU-based investors from trading on Swiss bourses from July 1, 2019, as the row escalated over the treaty, which would have seen non-EU member Switzerland routinely adopt EU single market rules. The Swiss retaliated by banning EU venues from hosting Swiss stock trading. The country's finance minister, Willy Maurer, was also vocal on the Brexit situation. He warned that the UK could be a serious competitor to Switzerland as a low-tax business location after leaving the EU.